Where did Judge Judy go? For 25 years, she dominated daytime TV sharp, fearless, and unforgettable. Then one day, gone. No warning, no goodbye, but she didn't vanish, she transformed. Now, in 2025, she's back and bolder than ever. A new courtroom, a new mission, a legacy that refuses to fade. If you thought her gavel went silent, think again. This isn't just a comeback, it's a revolution. So buckle up. The Queen of Courtroom Justice has returned, and she's ready to rule again. Where is Judge Judy now? Let's find out. Before the fame, before the millions, and before her name became synonymous with courtroom television, she was just Judith. Susan Bloom, a girl born in Brooklyn, New York, on October 21, 1942. Raised in a Jewish family with German and Russian roots, she was taught the values of grit, honesty, and accountability. Her father, Murray, was a dentist, and her mother, Ethel, a tough, practical office manager. From her mother, Judy inherited the no-nonsense approach that would one day become her signature. After graduating from James Madison High School, she pursued a degree in government at American University in Washington, D.C., and then earned her law degree from New York Law School in 1965. That same year, she passed the New York State Bar examination, a huge milestone that launched her into the legal profession. Her first job was in the corporate world, working for a cosmetics company. But she quickly realized it wasn't for her. She left the job after 2 years to focus on raising her children, Jaime and Adam, with her first husband, Ronald Levy. Judy might have stepped away from the courtroom, but the fire inside her never faded. By 1972, the world had changed, and so had she, with the women's liberation movement gaining steam. Judy felt the pull to return to work not just for a paycheck, but for purpose. A friend mentioned that New York Family Court was looking for prosecutors. It was a tough environment full of heartbreaking cases, but Judy applied, was hired, and immediately made an impression. She didn't just hold her own, she dominated. She rose through the legal ranks with a no-nonsense attitude and a laser focus on justice. In court, Judy Sheindlin was fearless. She didn't tolerate excuses or manipulation. Parents couldn't sway her, and lawyers quickly learned not to show up unprepared. She stood firmly for truth and fairness, especially when it came to protecting children. Her courtroom presence was so commanding that in 1982, Mayor Ed Koch appointed her as a criminal court judge, and by 1986, she was promoted to supervising judge of Manhattan's Family Court Division. Critics called her harsh, she called it fairness with finality. Then, in 1993, her life took a turn no one saw coming. Her husband at the time, Josh Getlin, a journalist for the Los Angeles Times, wrote a profile on her. That single article caught the attention of Kay Switzer and Sandy Spreckman of Rebel Entertainment, who saw something special. They pitched her to CBS, and soon after, she was featured on 60 Minutes. The audience response was explosive. By 1996, Judge Judy hit the airwaves. The format was basic real disputes, real people, but what electrified the screen was Judy herself. Her sharp wit, commanding presence, and unwavering moral compass made her a breakout star. But early on, something was missing: chemistry with her bailiff. That's when she reached out to Petrie Hawkins Bird, a former bailiff she'd worked with in Manhattan. He accepted without hesitation. Together, Judy and Bird became legendary. Their dynamic was raw, authentic, and utterly captivating. By the early 2000s, Judge Judy wasn't just a hit, it was the most watched show on daytime TV, even beating The Oprah Winfrey Show. With the accolades came incredible fortune. By 2005, she was earning $25 million a year. That number climbed to $45 million annually, making her the highest-paid television personality. Her net worth soared to over $100 million. Forbes listed her among the richest women in entertainment, but success came with criticism. Some questioned whether it was ethical for a TV judge to earn so much while real-life judges earn modest salaries. Others felt she had grown too sharp, too impatient, especially with lower-income litigants. By the 2010s, fans noticed changes. Earlier seasons had shown her as stern but fair. Later ones, they said, revealed someone increasingly irritable and dismissive. Behind the scenes, the pressure was intense. Litigants were paid, flown in, and sometimes accused of faking disputes to get on air. Judy filmed constantly, and it began to take a toll. Then came a terrifying moment. On March 30th, 2011, while filming, Judy suddenly collapsed. She was rushed to the hospital and diagnosed with a mini stroke, but even that didn't stop her. Later that year, she signed a new contract with CBS and launched a spin-off, Hot Bench. Featuring a panel of judges, she was unstoppable. Until the lawsuits started piling up. In 2016, Rebel Entertainment Partners sued CBS, accusing them of overpaying Judy to avoid profit sharing. Judy fought back fiercely, calling Richard Lawrence, Rebel's president, greedy. She pointed out that he had already earned $17 million from her show. The court sided with her in 2018, but the drama didn't end. In 2020, more lawsuits came, including claims from the estates of Switzer and Spreckman, saying they were owed royalties for discovering Judy. Again, the court dismissed the case in 2021, but the trust was gone. Amid all this, Judy made a shocking move. In 2020, she announced that Judge Judy would end after its 25th season. But this wasn't a retirement, it was a rebirth. She had a new vision, one that would move with the times. Enter Judy Justice. Premiering on Amazon Freevee in 2021, the new show featured a fresh set, younger cast, and a modern twist. But at its core was the same old Judy, sharp, direct, and fearless. This time, she brought along her granddaughter, Sarah Rose, a law school graduate, to serve as her law clerk. It wasn't just casting, it was symbolic, a passing of the gavel from one generation to the next. Yet, there was one glaring absence. Bird was not invited. Judy claimed she couldn't afford his salary. The decision stunned fans. Bird later revealed he hadn't even been given a chance to negotiate. Off camera, he was never treated as family. At the first Emmy Awards the show won, he was seated 20 rows behind her. It hurt. The backlash was swift. Fans called out Judy for the snub. She later tried to make amends by bringing Bird into another spin-off, Tribunal Justice, but the damage was done. Still, Judy Justice soared. It became the most watched streaming courtroom show. From the syndicated airwaves of the 90s to the algorithm-driven platforms of today, Judy Sheindlin hadn't just survived, she dominated. Again, behind the camera, her personal life remained rich and complex. After divorcing Ronald Levy, she married Judge Jerry Sheindlin in 1978. They divorced in 1990 after the deaths of her parents, but remarried in 1991. Together, they raised 5 children and now enjoy 13 grandchildren. Her stepdaughter, Nicole Sheindlin, even co-founded the Her Honor Mentoring Program with Judy, a program dedicated to empowering young women. Judy's real estate portfolio is just as impressive as her career. She owns homes in New York, Florida, California, and Rhode Island, including a $10.7 million condo in Beverly Hills and a $9 million mansion in Newport. Known as the Birdhouse. In politics, she has remained an independent voice. She supported Ronald Reagan, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, Michael Bloomberg, and more recently, Nikki Haley. She doesn't believe in ideological boxes. Her only loyalty, common sense. Her fight for justice has extended beyond TV. In 2014, she sued John Haymond, a personal injury attorney, for using her image without consent. She won. The money went straight into scholarships through her mentoring program. Through every twist, Judge Judy stood tall, undaunted, unshaken, unstoppable. At over 80, she's still ruling the courtroom and rewriting the rules. If you're inspired by her legacy, hit that like, share, and subscribe button, because justice may evolve, but Judy Sheindlin remains a force like no other. Thanks for watching.